Hello friends, today's topic is hemoglobin, that is structure and function of hemoglobin. Introduction. Hemoglobin is a two-way respiratory carrier, transporting oxygen from the lungs to the tissues and facilitating the return transport of carbon dioxide. Hemoglobin is a type of globular protein present in RBC. It is a tetrameric protein and contains the hemoprostatic group attached to each subunit. Other oxygen binding protein are myoglobin in muscles, hemocyanin in arthropods, etc. The sequence of amino acid in polypeptide chain of hemoglobin varies in different species. Hemoglobin structure. Mas Peruch described the molecular structure of hemoglobin in 1959. Hemoglobin is a tetrameric protein. The main type of hemoglobin in adult is made up of subunit is a alpha and beta polypeptide chain. Each polypeptide chain is linked to a prosthetic group. First one is alpha subunit. So, alpha subunit, it is made up of alpha polypeptide chain having 141 amino acid residues. Then beta subunit, it is made up of beta polypeptide chain having 146 amino acid residues. Then heme group, it is the iron containing prosthetic group which is attached to polypeptide chain. It contains iron in the center of porphyrin ring. In the quaternatively structure, there is a strong interaction between alpha and beta subunits on mild treatment with urea. Hemoglobin partially dissociated, but alpha and beta dimers in remain that. The subunits are bound together by mostly hydrophobic interaction, hydrogen bonding and a few ion pairs or salt bridge. The infants, there are two alpha and two gamma chain which get replaced by beta chain. Hemoglobin is present in two conformations, that is R state and T state. Oxygen is more affinity to R state and deoxyhemoglobin in primarily present in T state. Function of hemoglobin. The main function of hemoglobin is to carry and to transport oxygen to various tissues. The binding of oxygen to hemoglobin is cooperating binding. The binding and release of oxygen from hemoglobin in the lungs and tissues respectively is due to transition between low oxygen affinity T state and high oxygen affinity in R state. Transport of oxygen. Binding of oxygen is also regulated by the partial pressure of oxygen in the lungs where PO2 is high. Oxygen binds with hemoglobin, and in tissues where PO2 is low, oxygen is released. Every 100 ml of oxygenated blood carries 5 ml of oxygen to the tissues. Binding of the first oxygen molecule to the heme unit of one subunit of the deoxyhemoglobin causes conformational change leading to an increase to the affinity, thereby the second molecule binds more rapidly. Transport of carbon dioxide. Around 20 to 25% of carbon dioxide is transported to bound with hemoglobin as carboamino hemoglobin. In tissues where PCO2 more and PO2 is less, binding of carbon dioxide is favored and in the alveoli dissociation of carbaminohemoglobin takes place due to high PO2 and low PCO2. Rest of carbon dioxide is transported as bicarbonate, which is facilitated by an enzyme called carbonic anhydrase. Every 100 ml of deoxygenated blood carries 4 ml of CO2 to the alveoli.